Greetings and a warm welcome to another day on the channel and into my home. Today, I'm excited to share with you a comprehensive display of our Christmas decorations. My aim is to provide a detailed tour and engage with you specifically about the transformations we've implemented in Host. Although there are certain changes I've yet to complete fully, I wanted to cover what we've managed to accomplish thus far. Are they about to proceed right now? With the arrival of 2025, numerous significant transformations are on the horizon. Some are predictable, while others may come as a surprise. That's why I'm creating this video to delve into the specific changes we've implemented. We will explore together what needs to be done and observed, focusing on the showcase decorations and the works involved. First of all, I'm new. Welcome to the channel. I invite you to subscribe because there is a lot of content ahead. I already said it for summer. After summer of each new year, there has been a lot of content and many little things that we have been doing. Well, now there is going to be even more and bigger. So subscribe right now for free. Don't miss this opportunity because I say that here you are going to find a lot of inspiration now. Yes, come on. I am located at the entrance of my house. I have a very large hallway, but it's not very small either. I mean, it's pretty good. Here you already know we have this piece of furniture that matches the little mirror that we changed, and it is by Leroy Merlin. And here we have this Sagrada Familia that is from Corte Inglés, which is a new thesis, and here I put it. That's why I had it in the video where I decorate the living room and the entrance. But basically, they are artificial leaves of Temo Super Economical with a suction cup that comes in a couple of also Temo. I took advantage of it for this and a lake of these that are like the tea that I also Temo. That is, I was able to get that for less than Mo3 it's worth. Apart from the fact that the rest of the leaves, well, I have used it for other things that I will see now. That is, it has come out a little, well, round. The fact is that here in summer, what we did well was basically the door that you have behind you. And since you saw the video that I invite you to, which is we stayed locked up because my husband sanded, the door came all the way out, all the layers of paint. But all any, I think what happened? That everything, absolutely everything was filled with mitas, that it was clean, and that kind of broke and painted the wall. So it's a moment after painting the wall, although this change of painting the wall, removing the paper that was here and all that I already did the previous year. And this way I'm going to turn around and so you can see the door. As I say, the door was originally, we came with a brown paint. Then we painted it carriage green on the outside. And what I have done is a two-tone door that is the outside is carriage greens. You already know that my house is a little particular in terms of common areas, and here it is painted. Another thing we had was to remove the frames that I had also painted in paint, well, from my carriage. And they were already there when we came to the house, and we have put these here that are my white ones with a slightly special dimension because the theme that there is stuck to the wall. But hey, that's what we did too. And another thing that we have also done absolutely the whole house, has been to change the light keys, but we already did that the previous summer. Okay, look, I'll bring you a little closer and so you see. Now we are heading towards the living room. The first thing you'll notice is the Christmas tree. On the right, there's the tree. I've told you many times about my Leroy Merlin tree. I am extremely pleased with the Solomons and hardly any typical digital soil is present. It's green plastic and throughout the time it's displayed, Mijita doesn't bother it. It's white without snow, which I believe has an impact. Then decorated. This year you have already seen that I have bought a lot of things. Let's say that it is what I invested the most. So, well, he has little things on paper. I like to play a little with the natural things like pineapple that we have pulled. Then it has the occasional white ball, some pendants that I made, well, with our initials embroidered, and above all, offering brown, which is a bit the tone that I wanted to look for this year. And then we have had the star for a long time, which is from Corte Inglés. The living room, apart from the change that we have made, obviously, well, from the table to the showcase, basically, well, to play with the tree site, that this year I was clear that I wanted this site. In fact, I think it would look even more spectacular without the display case. But hey, this year we're gonna leave it that way. And at this moment in my life, the showcase looked for another little hole so that I could, well, have greater splendor, let's say the tree. But hey, this is going to stay. I already have a super pretty idea for next year's tree, but hey, I'm not going to say anything because who knows from here to next year, okay? the house, that is what the living room is basically the change it has undergone. Well, the change hasn't been a change either, no, but it was that after last Christmas, we changed the lamp and put some little paintings there, all by Leroy Merlin. This room is not super big, but it is not small either. It only has this point of light, and I don't like it at all. When people take out of a point of light, well, to put two different distances for the eating area and the living area, that particularly for me, so the other being glass, forgive me, but of course they were with my children playing. It looks very small, so we were looking for one that would really do more weight in the living room, and I think this is perfect. Right now I have sound from the light because time doesn't accompany, but it's very pretty, okay? Now, if I can, I'll make you some plans and another little thing that we also did, as I tell you, in summer. Well, apart from the fact that I reviewed them all because there were, well, Picos Casillos will do at Christmas that it is put, well, the lights outside, then on the balcony because it is the only place where the water is every time it rains. And it did, well, that 4 years since it was not painted, well, I have reviewed everything. Okay, of course, we have done it. I had it on the channel in videos such as the room. But apart from that, in the living room, we painted it completely. People, because as you know, here we had a bookstore, Peely, which we passed to the kitchen for free, well, dinner and all. And here the gaps remained. The thing was they used. But they remained like 2 stains. So it was necessary to remove those stains. And we took the opportunity, therefore, to paint the living room. And that's basically been the change. Nor is there much more change that can be said. You already know that my coffee table is from IKEA, the sofa, which is also from IKEA. Then what is the television cabinet is from Amazon, and then the sofa. My case is from Conforama, and the carpet is also from IKEA, which is this beige that I personally like a lot when the carpets blend well with the floor. No, above all, it doesn't shorten your space. It gives you that feeling of continuity and amplitude. And I tell you that if you like it, it's still at IKEA, but it's always on sale. Okay, you've been around 40, 50, which is not bad for a carpet that we already know the prices it has. Obviously, here we also changed the whole issue of plugs that we did, because that, I say, was about a couple of years ago. Kitchen, you know that the kitchen has had a lot of changes since 2 years ago. You know that the biggest investment was a couple of years ago. We paint all the tiles white. The truth is that the paint has resisted me very well, that we walk on the counter. In this case, it's yes, piggies, okay? And we also changed the topic of the extractor hood. Because the one that was no longer working, it was old from the neighbors that you see here, seeing before, so we made the first investment. Then, as I tell you, we complement them with this. Well, yes, it's bookshelves, bile, with having the glass that is making everything out of glass, not wood. You had to be very careful what you put on, so I basically took advantage of it to put on a lookout. I use that type of boat that I recommend. A lot of MGI, they are super economical, and the function is very important to me so that aesthetically everything looks very clean. Although we have a few little things that, you know, well, from Zara Home, which is not economical, but it is very beautiful. And then what we did do this year, you already know, was clean the kitchen furniture. And I have to say that as of today in December, I did it in August. I'm very pleased. That is, maybe there is some stain. Above all, it is very work because the little one opens it. She has her suitcases in the room of anything. And with a wet cookie, it simply comes off very well. Then it is true that maybe if it is given to a little one that is Rose or whatever, he will stick it with his dolls, with his stories, with a little brush, because I always try to maintain it, and very well. We also changed the shooters, which I think give it points very cool, unifies it a lot with the rest of the house. You know the thing about having shooters like that in metallic, like big guys in black? I want for what I'm telling you. Apart from that also, well, everything about the issue of the appliances, the ones we have in this one, in this gray tone. Then the rectum of the house, you know that we go a lot with white, with black, and with wood. And I think that it is very in tune. As a point, the floor would change. Am I going to get into the work? Well, I don't think so. At first, we thought of changing the floor, especially in the area that is visible to avoid dismantling all the furniture. But with a lot of work ahead in the rest of the country, I don't know if we'll do it. So the changes here have certainly been significant. And now we are in the studio. Here we change location super fast. Well, you know that I basically have a little studio as a studio because my husband needs to work. And as a game area, you already know that I know how to play. I have it here because the girls sleep together in the room. I can't fit this toy cabinet, which is really a piece of furniture, to fall. I highly recommend it if you have it at home because they sell these boxes that are worth less than kufores. There are a lot of prints. And here you have everything in. You can't see it. It's not visual. It doesn't matter that it's disorganized. I don't know how many colonists. I do a lot of cleaning, okay? I already let them take out the toys. But then it's true that having such an easy and quick way of collecting allows me to participate in the process of collecting everything. Because it also included me very quickly in the middle, it's very easy to keep collected. Everything is fine. And then, as I tell you, one of the changes we made was this wall was applied in light blue because in principle Martine was going to come here. And what we did was dye it with a black dye, and this tone was left. We put this shelf that was not on the typical IKEA shelf with a little bit with a little bit as more serious. Because it is my husband's workplace, my husband. You know that he was in the living room before, but it is true that he teleworks in the afternoon. Then there was a little complication when the two little girls got together at the same time without taking a nap, and he had to receive calls or have meetings or anything because the noise, well, I had to end up in the master bedroom with the little ones above the bed. So since that's not it, well, that's why, although I already say that this may undergo some change because it is true that the work area is a little short for us. We are both working and the schedules are a little complicated to reconcile. But hey, let's see what happens. This is not sure. So it's also not sure whether the change will be here or in another room. We don't know. But, well, in principle, well, this is what is here. Not much change either. Simply because that is reunifying the area a little and the wall that changes color. And well, we have reached one of the places that will undergo the most changes in 2025, and it is one of the bathrooms. Look at the bathrooms, you already know how good it is, especially the other one because it started as this one. But in the end, the other has surpassed it. They aren't bad because there are worse bathrooms, much older ones. My problem is doing a little washing in front of the bathrooms as my daughter is there and I don't trust her with the camera. Behind this shelf, the tiles have peeled off, creating a little mountain. The edges collide and hold each other up, preventing them from falling. The truth is that we have already been, because making a plan is welcome to us architects, and we have all been reviewing a little. And this year it would be that column there, and those are right under the window in which it is raised, and in principle what is going well. And we are going to make a complete change in that bathroom. I mean, very complete, which means to tear everything down, literally. But there are things in life that come. Some expenses have come, some stories. The clutch of one of our cars has broken. Life is like this, that you have to do something, basically. And I am going to do this gravel decade above all, because you are going to see that that bathroom cannot stay. I can't say it. I will do it the following year, because that bathroom is a danger. I have already taught it to you on some occasion. But now I will point it out to you, and since we are going to do this one is still less than that one. I tell you, there is less that needs to be changed, and there is less that we are going to do. Basically, we are going to remove the blue part, or that is bad with the blue part, or well, of the same dimension as the one we have right now, and we are going to paint everything. I already tell you that the effect of the painting has emerged very well for us because we have it in the kitchen. I have made that grease to clean the tiles, and it works very well for me. It stays very well, so let's try it. Here you can see people who have done it in the bathroom and that it also works very well for them. Okay, we are going to leave in this case, this year specifically, we are going to leave the toilets, we remove the bidet, and we are going to leave this nonsense because the truth is that there is more nonsense than there is, and here we can't put furniture in this sink. So we are going to do a transformation that I have an idea that if it looks good, it will look great. With some wooden paint, everything is fine. The mirror is also out there, that is also changed, and the screen is also changed, although I already said that the screen is not seen changing right now. Or I will wait a little later, because now in February the issue of Anna's enrollment for school comes out. So, well, let's see. You already know that at home I always tell you a little about the Bastos issue. You have to organize to be able to arrive. So the screen is left out because it is basically broken, and the topic that was referred to here is also changed. The faucet in this case would be that of the bathtub and would be that of the sink. Okay? We love the black faucet. And since in that bathroom, we are going to be left with that thorn of not being able to put it later, because we are going to put it here. I mean, in this bathroom, I would basically go, well, I think both would go a little. The black, white, and wood theme is going to be like the summary of this bathroom, although there are things that we have already changed at the time, such as the poflones of. And now I bring you here to the marriage bedroom, which basically, well, I've already told you, we're going to have Lucas, if I don't know. Well, and now I bring you to the marriage bedroom. As I tell you, forgive me for how bad it is. As the bedroom told you before, what we did was the issue of condensation, which we have to do at Christmas. It happened to us at Christmas. It happened all this week. Here it started to look like, well, the typical mode of condensation. So we treated this whole wall, we painted white, but I already took the opportunity to do something that I really wanted to do. Forgive me for being against the light and painting the wall. In grey, they really wanted to give it this contrast. You see, all my cell phones, well, all the cell phones without asking are all from IKEA. This year, what we have done has been to change the shooters for Zara Home, which I think gives them a very cool touch with our house. Now I show it more closely, but it was to paint this that is to continue, although I would even like it to have been a higher grey and put that set of 3 paintings that are from IKEA and that are like 3 special moments of the 4. It's Martina, it's Anna, and our wedding, so I think everything is a little more in line. As I tell you, what we did was change the topic of the shooters, the furniture, and well, here on the balcony you already saw that we reviewed the entire topic, vase and so on.
Well, something we did in the office and I haven't told you.
Commented, but we have done it in everything and everyone.
One of the cabinets in the house contains something from Carlos inside it. Today is Friday here, so there are all the shirts to wash.
But basically we have made all this change. That has been the car and
Dress all the closets inside.
And then this way I bring you to my daughter's room, which as you can see, well, what I basically did was she had that pink paint. That was what I arranged this room for Anna when she was going to be born. We made here with a cut right in the middle of the wall, but straight. And now I had it. I really want to do it. Give it some shape or put something that would give more light to the walls. And I basically haven't bought molds, I know there are, that I later saw them, but I made them by hand with a compass. The whole theme of this ripple is everywhere. The walls, I think, give it a touch. Now, super cool. And I got into this, and obviously we changed the lamp so much that I think you can see it. They're made of wicker. Okay, it's from Leroy Merlin, but I think it's a very similar model at IKEA, and we put her bar in the rooms here so she doesn't fall out of bed. But we bought the quilt, and well, now they're on petrol. And well, this was a bit of an investment we made in this room, although now I'm going to show you the cabinets inside. In this case, well, this closet is double. They are also painted, lacquered, and prepared inside. I'm going to do the next part with Tinambraso. Alright, but here we are in the necessary second bathroom. I couldn't stand it any longer, so take a look at this bathroom now. Now you will see how the wall is. The truth is it's mainly above the door, and thus the risk. Let's just say this entire section here is elevated. As I mentioned, we are going to implement that sanitation. And here we go, well, all the sanitation. First, the bad is broken. It is done there a little. Some bathrooms, he washed. We don't want to include it. Well, storage, that is furniture. Shall we trade the mirror for mirrors? Obviously, for example, the light fixtures on the mirror are super rusty, so we are going to change it for the typical mirror, which is like a touch mirror, which we really like. Then the shower theme. The shower theme, you already know that I have a broken screen and missing pieces, and we are going to remove the furniture. The truth is that the top is not bad. Yes, the thumb wood was already there when we came. Because they put wood instead of putting it, well, not a material of these typical bathroom furniture, but we are going to, in principle, we want to remove everything if we can. We remove everything if we can. I mean, that we can dismantle everything that it looks good, okay, and put a large shower, okay, because we have already removed the screen. As I say, we are going to remove everything where the screen is supported and everything is painted, and then it is true that my shower has like outlets. Imagine water functioning like a hydro massage, but embedded in the wall. Since we don't want to initiate much work, we cannot completely change the faucet theme on the shower plate, so it remains silver to ensure nothing looks out of place. Everything in this bathroom will be silver, the typical stainless steel color. So that's why this year we won't be able to put the Glyphinia in black that we thought we would put, but hey, at first all the diesel will go, as I say, painted white. We are going to put the shower in that one, in this case in silver. But hey, we want to put the furniture in tone, as a big piece knows a little about the tones of my house, so this is going to be a big change. And then remove the condensation on the ceiling of this bathroom. Well, and after I don't know how much time later, we arrived in the hallway and the last stay. Here we are going to do things. We already started doing things last year in the summer, that is this year, because this is still December. But hey, let's say it is going to be a little longer. That is, until next summer, because this is the last thing we are going to do. We basically stopped last year. Now I will explain to you a little bit why all this. What do you see here? Look, I'm going to put you a little further away, and you can see it better. Okay, look at this. You see here, this is an MDM wood cladding. I think it's called something like that. And I did a tasting to see what was underneath. And this is a plaster shell that's glued with silicone. Then it's done, but underneath this is like strips of wood. That they are anchored to the wall and I assure you that with all children this fat and with silicone on top. And this is it, well, with a toe on those woods, okay? So the truth is that there is going to be a good step. So all this has to be repelled, smoothed, and equated to this. Basically something similar to what I did at the entrance, but at the entrance the step was obviously smaller and there was less quantity. Here it is more, so then to sand them well, we have the sander. But of course we are not going to start doing this, because right on this wall here, what it gives is the bathroom wall. So you see the danger that those vibrations will cause the tiles to fall off? And as I say, last year we were not going to get into such an eggplant, so the intention, as I say, is to remove all this, smooth walls, obviously paint white that will be needed, and that is where the background appears, give it prominence, put another picture. This painting is from Cordoba. We want to look for one good. This is a printed sheet. Don't look for one nice that goes in harmony. It stays with all that furniture. We did it and put something from a Cenifa or something like that there. Do I have an idea since I've seen it on Pinterest and it's really cool? And then, which we did last year, well, and you already know that we here did change the topic of light points when we came to the house. The do-it-all things, well, all the light points in the house had the typical moldings of plaster, as well as very robot, and everything came. Well, a plasterer removed it for us, smoothed it, and prepared it on the wall. That is what the ceilings are. But then there were 3 or 4 music output points here that we could have removed at the time also, as I tell you, and the plasterer for having done it. But, well, we didn't fall. We didn't do it. And now we have covered it already, strangers. The truth is that it cost us a lot, because it was literally an open hole. But we have covered it as best we can. And, well, this is the end of the video. I hope you liked it. Above all, put yourself a little, well, in the situation of how the apartment is, which is what we want to do for this new year. So without further ado, I only have to tell you. Thank you very much for seeing us one more day, that we are now on Vlogmas, that tomorrow you will see videos, that if you like it, you are interested, and you have found this channel now on Vlogmas, well, I invite you to go to the rest of previous days, well, to see a little how we have organized the deco, what little thing we have done, and such a craft and nothing more. Thank you very much for seeing me one more day, and tomorrow we will be here again. Bye bye.